There are concerns about the long-term plans to possibly export uranium through Queensland ports and the World Heritage listed Great Barrier Reef. I'm joined by environment reporter Sarah Clark. Sarah, what issues have been raised and by whom?
Look, it may take several years before the uranium industry is actually up and running here in Queensland, but the concerns that have been raised are simply making Townsville a potential licensed uranium port. Now, that would mean shipping it through the Great Barrier Reef. Now, the state government hasn't ruled it out, the Townsville Port Authority hasn't ruled it out, and the federal government says it would consider an application of this sort. Now, the World Heritage Advisory Committee has told the ABC that it has serious concerns, and some locals too are yet to be won over. 50 kilometres west of Townsville is home to the Ben Lomond uranium mine. It may not look like much now, but when it starts extracting ore, the company says it will deliver one of the highest grade resources in Australia.
Well, the mine's still there, and the problem's still the same. Radioactivity.
David Sewell was living here the last time the mine was in operation more than 30 years ago. In 1981, an overflow from one of the tailings dams triggered a spill where unacceptable levels of radioactivity were found in a tributary that feeds the region's biggest river, the Burdekin. He has concerns it will happen again.
Excessively high levels of radium in the water is not too good.
With 3 uranium mines across Queensland now cleared to reopen, the state government hasn't ruled out making Townsville the first licensed uranium port on the east coast.
A case would have to be made for the costs of licensing a new port in Queensland.
Adelaide and Darwin are the only licensed uranium ports now. The Federal Environment Minister Tony Burke says he would consider an application for an east coast port.
What I'd have to say is we deal with it according to law, and legally I can't offer more than that.
If Townsville was given the go-ahead, uranium would be transported from the mine through the city to the port, where it's then shipped through the reef. That rings alarm bells for the advisory body to the UN's World Heritage Committee. It's told the ABC this would be a new threat to the Great Barrier Reef and a surprising activity to find in any natural World Heritage site.
We're concerned about shipping of any hazardous or noxious substance, and so we would take it very seriously.
UNESCO will decide in June if it will put the reef on the in danger list. The advisory body to the World Heritage Committee says this uranium proposal adds new questions which it now must consider. Sarah Clark, ABC News, Townsville.